Hi everyone, my name is Lucas and today we're going to be learning the double rainbow. So let's start by talking about some prerequisites. It would be nice to be very comfortable with the figure eight and also the whippersnipper, specifically in wall plane. Next, it would be very useful if you had a lot of experience with just giving some basic throws. Any kind of toss with the star is going to be really helpful for this move. Okay, so we're going to break it down. First, I'm going to show you the move with one star, and then I'll incorporate the second star. With one star, what I want you to start with by doing is just have a reverse figure eight in wall plane. And I want you to throw it over to the other side without moving your body too much. What you're really looking for is a clean arc from here down to your other hand. In terms of the release, it's going to be in front of your forearm. So in your figure eight, it goes in front. Oops. With your figure eight, it goes in front and behind. Your release point is after that in front beat. You will give it a flick like this. Your hand kind of does a washing wiper motion. So just with one star, we've talked about the release, which is kind of like this windshield wiper motion with your hand when it's going in front of your forearm. With the catching hand, you're going to want palm up, 4 fingers facing out that way, thumb pointing behind you. And what you'll find is that that will link into your forwards figure eight. Some very important things to think about is you want to keep it as vertical as possible. When you're doing one star, you can get away with like some slight angles, but later when we incorporate 2 stars, if the stars at a tilt, they're going to run into each other. So what I want you to drill is look at your star and making sure that it is essentially very vertical and it's staying in this wall plane. So from this angle, you should only really see these points coming towards you. And you can't really see the face of the star. I'll show you what it looks like if I do the angle slightly off. You should have been able there to see more of the star, and therefore that's not going to be so useful when you incorporate 2. So there's 2 ways to throw. You can go straight from your reverse figure eight, or you can also go from your whippersnipper. The problem is if you go from the whippersnipper, it has a lot more angle to it. And so if you just do the classic whippersnipper and then release with an underflick, it's going to have a tilt. So if you release from the whippersnipper, it's important just before you release to shoot the shoulder back, give yourself lots of time to slow down, bring everything in front of you, and then concentrate on trying to throw it vertically. So I'll show you if I just do a regular throw, that was a bit tilted like this way. But if I use a bit of shoulder swing and slow down before the release, it was a lot more flat, and that is crucial to this trick. Once you're feeling quite comfortable with those throws and you feel like you're getting them pretty precisely where you want them, then it's time to do both. So here we are, we've got 2 stars now, and we're going to choose which one goes in front and which one goes behind. You can't do them at the exact same spot, otherwise they'll collide. So I mean, it's personal preference. I go the left hand in front and the right hand behind. So to do that, when you're doing your throws, you have your hands slightly out of sync. I like to do mine from the whippersnipper, but you'll notice just before the throw, I'm going to shoot my shoulders further back than before, and I slow the star down so that it has enough time to rearrange into the correct plane. All right, so here we go. To make this move extra stylish, you want to get the stars as close as possible when they cross over. If you can minimize that gap, it looks so satisfying. You really want to drill your left and right hand so that they actually go at the same height. And if you're if you're starting to get very confident with this move, just keep trying to go higher and higher. Just note that the higher you go, the less momentum you need to push the star. In short distances, I'm going to give it quite a lot of push with my windshield wiper because it doesn't have a lot of time to get to the other side. But if you're going to go higher, you actually give it very little push because it has more time in the sky to arc over. So let's look at those differences for the double rainbow. Double rainbow short, good extra push because there's not too much air time. For higher ones, I'm going to give it a little less of a push because they're going to be in the air for longer and therefore the travel time will happen over a long period of time. Finally, it's a really nice way to end a sequence. If you've just impressed all your friends and you think it's time to wrap it up, you can do for your double rainbow, but then I think that concludes the tutorial. Thank you for watching. My name has been Lucas. It's a pleasure to share my knowledge with you. I appreciate all of you for watching. If you like this content, please like, comment, subscribe, stay updated to the Flowstar family, and I'll see you in the next one.